You've been betrayed. Oh! Countless times there's been persecution for obtaining power, for being powerful. Inherently, you are the wounded witch or warlock. You are the wounded priestess. You are carrying the blood work and lineage of so many, the most powerful to ever exist. This is Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. This is Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house. And today we're going to talk about your pain, your magnetism, your struggle, and your gift to the world. We're going to extend that by giving rituals as well as different spell works that you can do. Very powerful shamanic alchemizing processes. Mantras are going to be included, as well as some deeper insights to how can you truly access your power and get more specific, even in this generalized video, at a personal and deep level. So hit the thumbs up and subscription button if you're brand new. If you're already resonating, I'm going to help you understand your magnetism and so much more. Let's get into it. Thank you for subscribing and turn that notification bell on. You can obviously always book a one-on-one reading with me if you want to get super deep into this, or 8th house placements / Scorpio placements. You're the main one where I recommend, as well as invite you to my one-on-one shamanic retreat here in person, where we actually do learn in person more about the Akashic records and how to actually perform them, how to enter them safely, securely. This is 8th house type energy. This is Scorpionic type energy. This is what made you powerful in all the dynasties that have existed through plenty of your incarnations, and why you fear your power in this particular lifetime. So that's a possibility. You can join by actually applying for the one-on-one application, and if not, retreat here in Mexico. You can do this one-on-one shamanic mentorship online. One is about physical power that started from the intangibles. So hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're brand new. Check out our application or join and book for a one-on-one. If not that, you can obviously join our membership. And that's something where we're going to be focusing on practices every day, alchemizing not only your pain, but your true gifts. Let's dip into this video for Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house, or Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. Okay, Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. Let's talk about your pain, the repression. It is about psychic exile. It's literally for you having a psychic knowing of what is happening, and the things that are unconscious to others, you can pierce through that. And your pain is when you do this, people will often hire you. I'm talking kings, I'm talking monarchs, I'm talking powerful people within the court, all through history. I'm talking about presidents, talking about ambassadors, talking about sheiks. These people always hired you, and they truly needed you, and you were happy to help. And when they received everything they felt like they needed from you, they would betray you. They would either exile you, they would imprison you, they would rape you, they would violate you, they would psychically completely dismantle you. They would somehow, some way break your trust. They would do it in a way where it's like, yo, this is next level unfair. And ancestrally speaking, you have inherited the persecution of those who are powerful, the witches, the priestess. Okay, anyone where you are awakening the brilliance within another person, this is where your pain really came from. This is where you always got betrayed, because there's an expectation of, I'm going to help this person, so I go help them. So when I expect to help somebody, I expect them to be grateful. I expect them to be in gratitude. At best, at the bare minimum, I don't expect them to imprison me. I don't expect them to kill me. I don't expect them to want to continuously violate this power that I have achieved, this power that I'm expressing. I don't expect to have to repress my true gifts, my true worth, my strengths, I don't expect to have to repress that energy, but people made you do it, and you were punished for it in a way that was completely unfair. You are literally here to alchemize that pain. That's one of your major missions. Okay, you carry that ancestral trauma of being persecuted simply for and being powerful. Now understand, you were the sorcerer. Okay, you were the shaman. You were the oracle shaman. You were literally the sexual healer. You were also the midwife, taking and bringing life into existence, as well as the death doula, who would see people by their bedside and bring them joy and make them feel powerful, even within something tremendously terrifying for human beings like death, right? And so you deal with these matters, and not only that, but your pain is about feeling like you've been too intense. Your pain is about having this sexual magnetic aura that people might want to enslave because it made them feel more powerful than you, and feeling more powerful than you felt more important, which is why they betrayed you, because they were coming from a very weak insecurity. They felt like they didn't have it without you. So if they can see this powerful being within you who can digest their unconscious and deeply traumatic emotions that flow in the depths of the sewers, the dirt, the mud, they would get their power from you out of the mud of your own existence. And so anytime you're being too deep, too philosophical around the around the mystical energy of mages and fortune tellers, as well as, like, you know, Akashic record readers and things like this, like I said, come join 101 and I will teach you how to do these Akashic record readings, and that's really a big excitement for mine. While I'm recording this video, I actually have a moon in Scorpio, and this moon in Scorpio is linked to Lilith in Scorpio. It's right on top of each other right now. And so this is an energy where a lot of Scorpios alive right now. You'll be having, while Lilith is in Scorpio, a resurrection. Stepping back into that power, not from a place of fear and destruction, but from a place of reclaiming it. And so soul retrieval and, you know, powerful reclamations of your psychic and intuitive abilities and knowings are going to be reborn right now for all my Scorpios. So Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, this is something where you must embrace this. But let's talk a little bit deeper about your pain before we go to your magnetism. So this is about feeling haunted by your emotions, by your desires, by your obsessions. Many times you may not fully understand your emotions, your desires, or your obsessions. And a lot of times you have to understand, with Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house, this is about you transmuting that ancestral persecution of power that might not be a part of your lifetime. So I truly recommend, for Black Moon Lilith, get an Akashic record reading. If not that, get one with me. If you don't want to be able to actually do your own readings, you can get a reading with me, and I can promise a safe and secure passage to the Akashic Ocean, and we can work through that on a one-on-one level. So that said, deep emotional shutdowns would have occurred for you when it comes to intimacy, sex, relationships. A lot of times, and I felt this until I did my own Akashic record readings, there was a time where, you know, I was imprisoned with a lover of mine, and I never believed that this lover would betray me. And they did. In order to save their own life, I was thrown to the wolves, I was lied on, and I thought we were in it together. And so instead, I literally died in that prison. This was one of my life cycles. I died in a dungeon, in the dark, in the darkness of the womb, not able to, at the time, alchemize that pain of, okay, I'm being reborn, aka me dying in a dungeon in the darkness, the womb. But that leaves a energetic signature of betrayal, where intimacy in my earlier stages of life, it's like, man, like, I struggle with, do I ever want to be married? I want kids. I don't want kids. I want to be married. I don't want to be married. You know, I want this relationship. I want this deep love. I don't want this. Because every time I expressed and went forward, I felt betrayed. I felt like, damn, like, this is completely outside of my expectations. So you deal with emotional shutdown, and I've dealt with this in my life as well, where emotions can be very, very difficult to digest at times. They can be very difficult to understand, and you got to be careful with this. By your Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio, you're not here to be intellectual or intellectualize your deep traumas or pains. You have to feel them, and this could be one of the scariest things that you can go through. So another thing that's key is not just about trust and intimacy, but trust within any power dynamic. People will try to steal power from you, and you need to oftentimes reclaim that power in your dream state. So if I give an example, just me waking up last night, I reclaimed my power by having to actually drown not just myself, but this massive freaking spider who had the jaws in the head of a lion. And everyone in this mystical realm, I had my entire family of lions also drowning, lionesses specifically drowning, which a lot of times what Scorpio was doing. And I decided to reclaim my power by realizing I can breathe underwater by command. And this is a part of the Black Moon Lilith power with Scorpio energy, right? By command, I was like, I can breathe in the water, but I decided that this chimera creature could not. And so this creature was the most powerful thing in this particular realm. And there were other illusions that I had to go through in this dream space and walk through 3-4 mirrors before I can see who the real culprit was, who was creating the illusion that there was some entity that I could not defeat. However, by doing that, I was able to reclaim fragments of my soul. This is Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. And you have this ability so much more to do it for other people who are unconscious about all of this magical stuff that I'm talking about right now, and they denied it. And if not, they hired you for your power and then persecuted you, betrayed your trust, and so much more. So the other thing that happens with a placement like this is money. Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, Black Moon Lilith in 8th house, you deal with other people's money. You are able to actually become a manager of their assets, of their funds, of their investments. You can manage their ability to tax someone else, their ability to grow money by merging powers with another person. One person comes with this person, and together you make something completely magnificent and over the world, immensely powerful. I'm talking like Wallbreaker Hulk power. I'm talking Sentry from Marvel power. I'm talking Superman, Superwoman power. Things that cannot be defeated. Things that are inevitably going to be able to warp reality because of that amount of strength. And you have mind warping reality abilities, kind of like WandaVision, the sorceress. So this is something you must understand. And as a part of that, you can actually take somebody who struggles with financial wellness, and you can make them very wealthy. You can make them very rich. And the key is you have to understand that you're able to do this in your power without giving away your sense of this fear that you experience when it comes to losing control of, okay, well, I'm a millionaire, but if I make this person a millionaire, then I'm going to feel less than, or they're going to try to take something from me. Because through your bloodline, this has happened a lot of times. You've made queens and kings and monarchs very wealthy, very rich, but they somehow betrayed your trust. And so you decided, I don't want to make other people wealthy or rich because what they do with that power, I don't agree with. And this is something where, you have to just learn to use your psychic ability to discern in certain energies and moments where you can recognize what their weaknesses are, and they feel insecure when you do. So it's about learning how to approach people's weaknesses in a way where you don't make them feel more insecure by expressing your power in a way where you step outside of your own sense of humility. This will always backfire on you. Scorpio is really held to a high standard in interpersonal relationships. So Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, you must understand that humility is the key for you, because the sun, which is what shine consciousness, rules your 10th house, where you are at the top of the line when it comes to mystical abilities and being a part of the highest realms at the level of legacy throughout all of the Akashic records in history and future lives, as well as past and present. So this is something that understand that this constant death and rebirth process you go through, it will get exhausting. This is your pain. However, it's exhausting, and it's also very rewarding and alchemizing. And your ability to do this for yourself is how you walk into the magnetism of doing it for others. So let's now get into your magnetism, and do consider, if this is very interesting for you, getting a one-on-one reading with me. Whether it's about going into your Akashic records, it would be a tremendous pleasure for me. Or if it's about just getting a reading, diving deeper into your astrology of this particular placement, your Mars, your Pluto, and more. So other than that, Black Moon lives in the 8th house. We will talk about your rulership later in the video. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you have enjoyed this so far. I thank you for being here. Drop an emoji with the Scorpio icon down below in the chat. Let me know you support it so far. Okay, so Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, you are this shadow priestess. And the thing is, your magnetism is about your ability to walk in a room, any room, doesn't matter the room, and immediately all eyes, all spirits, they turn to you. Even when somebody's not physically looking at you, the soul, the spirit of another will just be like this. So you're still looking over here, and your soul will be like, what is this presence that I feel? And when you do this, you have the ability, your magnetism is to stir the fears that are unconscious to others, to stir the desires that are unconscious to others in a way where they feel this draw. They feel like, I need him. I need her. I don't even fully understand, emotionally speaking, what it is that's drawing me. I haven't even consciously witnessed this person in the room yet with my two physical eyes, but my spirit has shifted. And when that person does see you later at the party, at the event, in the outing, in your home, wherever, they will then be like drawn in. And you have to be careful with this for Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house, because they'll be drawn in a way where they want to possess you. They want to possess you because there is this fear of what they don't know and understand about you, which is what they don't know and understand about themselves. They will project onto you, I need you. And with that being said, they will drool on you in a way where if you're unconscious to your own power, they will steal your power and absorb it in this way. Because you're showing and reflecting to them what is repressed and unacknowledged within their own spirit, within their own soul. And so by doing this, if you're unaware of this yourself, it's the most dangerous part behind this whole placement in Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio. They will possess you. Okay, so simultaneously, they will completely fear you. They will also completely reject you. So you have to be careful, because when a person rejects you, as many will be drawn in and magnetized and drooling all over you, there's another group of people in that same room which will be like, ugh, who she think she is? Who he think he is? And then they'll get even more angry that other people are drooling over you. And so this is something where you got to be careful, because your presence is mirroring the truth. And not everybody's willing to accept the truth. And we have to understand that people can only accept you to the level in which they accept it themselves. You will get those others who are willing to grow, and that's a part of their truth, where they're willing to grow in uncomfortable environments with someone who they deem more powerful than them. And these people will likely become an investment into you. You will invest into them, they will invest into you, they will invest into themselves, and you will invest in yourself. And it will become this equal energetic exchange where you both will win when you two are matching. The trouble with Black Moon living in 8th house is when you don't match. You have to be willing to decide, as the most powerful one in the room, any room, to reflect and repel certain projections and say, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this. You know, you're not gonna make me betray myself. You're not gonna make me stop trusting myself and the power that I bring in any room. You're not gonna make me distrust my own magnetism. You're not gonna take my money and not provide something of equal value, even if it is love. So this is something you got to be careful with, because you hold the codes for transformation when it comes to sex, when it comes to your expression, when it comes to magnetism, when it comes to money, when it comes to energies that are emotionally inherited. You can't allow yourself with Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio to inherit an emotion that is going to debilitate you or put you in a position of being powerless. 333 on screen as I said that. So that's God talking to you. You have the codes of transformation of magic. You have the codes of transformation of contracts. Okay? So you have energetic soul contracts that you are able to connect with. And this is your magnetism. And people understand that if somebody is powerful enough that's in reflection and projecting onto you, they will either decide, I want to take on this contract at this point. Because their soul will recognize, I'm ready to step into my magic. I'm ready to step into my power, the reclamation of the fragments of my soul that I'm ready to retrieve. Whether that, again, is something where you're a witch, you're an oracle, you're a shaman, and you're here to alchemize the pain together, or something otherwise. So when you integrate this, the thing is, you become the shamanic siren, like a mermaid in the ocean, but the shamanic siren, who are able to draw in people. And when this happens, you're able to guide them through their shadow. You're able to guide them through their insecurity. The thing is, you're able to do this, but not with fear. When you're in your weakness, for Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house, Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, when you're in your own shadow behaviors, you control people with fear. Because it was how, once upon a time, you inherited that deep emotion, that dark emotion of control, manipulation, that dark feminine energy from another who wanted to control you, who wanted to manipulate you. So you do it with fear. But when you're in your power as a shamanic siren, you do this with a fierce and compassionate sense of grace. And that is just this knowing, is this belief, is this understanding of your own psychic prowess, where you can do that without fear. You can do that without fear of losing control. So we're going to move into your struggle before we get into your gift for the world. Let's move into your struggle. Hit the thumbs up and likes button, and do consider either joining my membership, all right, well, we're learning so many different practices, spells, and etc. through the lens of astrology and shamanism, or you can join and do the one-on-one retreat with me here in person live in Mexico. And if not that, we can do one-on-one in person over 12 weeks online.